The Reverend David Dudley Field succeeded Dr. West and was minister for 18 years, from 1819 to 1837. Dr. Field lived on Main Street next to the present site of the Mission House. It was during the ministry of Reverend Field in 1824 that the present red brick church was built. Reverend Field was a peacemaker and a historian, having published in New York in 1853 his historical sketch of the Congregational Church in Stockbridge, Mass., with the confession, covenants, and catalogue of members. 1 year before the town historian Miss Electa Jones completed her historical account, Reverend Field published the history of the church. With diplomacy, Reverend Field told of Reverend West's dismissal. A complaint was brought into the church against one of the members attending with special circumstances, about which the pastors and the members of the church entertained different opinions, and which produced for a time unhappy divisions and much trouble. One effect was that both pastors were dismissed at the same time, August 27, 1818. 9 months later, Dr. West expired in the 84th year of his age. In 1957, the First Church of Stockbridge became the first Congregational church to join the newly formed United Church of Christ. From 1986 to 1994, Reverend Lockhart expanded the church school and youth programs enrollment until there was no more room for classes. Reverend David Lockhart preached that heaven and hell are real and are happening in your mind right now, and that with God all things are possible. All were admitted by covenant and welcomed into the membership after a brief meeting with the minister and by standing at the front of the church and affirming their faith in Jesus Christ.
Please repeat with me. We, the members and friends of the First Congregational Church of Stockbridge, pledge to remain faithful to the charge presented to us today, to the families now before us. We pledge our collective love and wisdom, as well as our individual care and nurturing. We pledge to provide these children an environment in which they may discern for themselves the meaning and purpose of life through Christ, who was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, offering them the fullness and happiness to life to which we all strive.
The Reverend Stephen Bridges for many years has preached that a church is not a museum for saints, but a hospital for sinners, and that we are spirits having a human experience rather than humans having a spiritual experience, and that there are many ways to God, and that Jesus Christ is but one way to God.